Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
Welcome to the biggest show in the world. What's going on, people? It's the weekend. How's everybody doing out there? We got a huge college college basketball slate. I'm still feeling a little froggy from football after the Ohio State University, but I got my boy, the evil genius, joining me today on Sports Bettors TV and SportsBettorsTV.com. What's up, my man, Dr. Dan? How you doing out there, brother?
Oh, I'm living it, baby. I'm living it. Another good week in college, starting to round out. We went 2-1 against the spread last night. We also hit that teaser. Hey, can't ever complain with 3-1. So, loving it. And hope we got a big card today because there's some good games we got to watch.
Well, big ups to you, brother. I am so happy to hear that you cashed because you know what? Daddy gave out Yale to the entire SBTV Nation, and they won by 25, 30 points or something like that. Everybody was showing me love and all that. I'm like, guys, you know what? It's a bittersweet for me. Added dumb Toledo to the mix, and Toledo got me. Toledo had a shot to win the game at the end and missed a free throw and went into overtime, and I lost. So mad. And then, you know what? I gave it to one of my boys, and a couple of my boys jumped on with me in Toledo, and I want to say it was like 2 or 3 guys. And then one of my boys came back and said, hey, let's get some MMA. And I said, you know what? I don't know anything about it, but out of respect, I'll be more than happy to tail you on that. Just because you tailed me, that's what this is all about. It's like a gambler's community. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the MMA didn't work out, but you know what? I'm not mad. I don't care because I know damn well today there's a lot of games on the ticket, and I'm gonna bounce back on this beautiful Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your brides and girlfriends, or girlfriends, I should say. And,
definitely. What I want to see today, kid, I want to see another St. Valentine's Day massacre, and I want the books to be getting massacred today.
Oh, I know. Big ups to my man, the Hockey Immortal, for making that Yale photo with the girl with her middle fingers up. That was awesome, dude. So, middle fingers up to the books. That's all I got to say about that. Oh, Dan. All right, so here's the deal. We are not going to go into the scores because we don't got time. Okay, if you were gambling yesterday, you know what the scores are. If you don't know what the scores are, there was no NBA. There was a little bit of hockey out there. There was a lot of college basketball, a lot of junky Ivy League and MAC stuff and all that. And I did put out something out there, guys. You never really got to worry about suspensions in the Ivy League because those kids are flying right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the most part they are. They're not worried about making the pros. They're worried about a future.
That's right, man. They're worried about being doctors and lawyers and stuff like that, playing a little basketball in between. So we don't got to worry about suspensions on that. But
and just, out of respect, I got to throw it out to Sean Harnish, taking those early college baseball games. Loving it. Loving it.
Wow. Hey, speaking of baseball real quick, Dan, I know we don't got much time to do it, but when are you going to have, because the under-over for win totals came out.
Yes, they did.
I'm sure you're all over that. Actually, I know you got.
Like I said, man, I can't look at that until spring training. And here's why. And I'm just going to go into it real quick. I know we don't have a ton of time. Look, there's still players that are going to be signed. There's still injuries that are going to happen. I need to especially see pitching, okay? Because obviously in this league, pitching is what makes everything right now.
Yeah. So,
if you got a big-time starter that comes down with a dead arm, you're talking 15 games there, and that's a big swing. A big swing. So, that's what I like to do. I think I'm going to reveal everything in Vegas. I think everything will be revealed in Vegas. Because, we'll be 3 weeks in the spring training. Games will be starting to be played in, I think 8 or 10 days at that point. Regular season will start.
Yep.
And I think that's the perfect time. Guys, I'm telling you, if you feel something and you feel real strong about it, I'm not telling you not to take a future, not to take an over-under, but they're not going to change that much. And the more information that you can get, baseball is a very, very statistically sound game.
Yes, I agree.
You gotta look for what's going down.
All right, so we're looking mid to end March to really dissect it. I mean, you and I did the videos last year. What, like the day before spring training?
No.
I'm sorry. Day before opening day. We did it the day before opening day.
Day before opening day, and I want to give you cats a little more time. And hey, it is what it is. Like, we were babies back then. We know what's going on. We're gonna have all that. And for those of you guys who want to stat check me or anything, just go to that YouTube video. Every play that I made was laid out there, and you can see we crushed it last year. We were up like with futures, with over-unders, with everything. We were up like plus 800 units on the whole baseball season.
Dude, it was nuts.
No joke.
And that's no BS, guys. That's real deal. I mean, listen, you know what? We clown a lot back and forth, with Dr. Dan with all his junky plays with football and basketball and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, with baseball, dude, it's just like we just sit down and bow down to you, brother. We're like, all right, you know what? You do you with baseball. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do, Dream and I said we were gonna, after baseball season, we were gonna shut down your account secretly with the books until next baseball season. And then when you came on in April, you'd be like, oh, look at all this money still in here.
Hey, we still got a whole college basketball tournament to go. We've been crushing some college ball. So why don't we get into it, kid? We got some big games on the ticket today.
Yes. Big
I
ups.
think there's money out there.
Yeah, big ups to my man Scott Weaver for doing a live call-in yesterday. I had Fred Courier. I had Tav call in. I had Slim Daddy Wins call in. I had who else? Jason Riley called in, but Scott Weaver came in and plugged Washington State, and big ups to them for coming through on that game.
Yeah, Washington State. I know a lot of people hit off that. That was one of those like classic had a revenge play games,
Yeah.
And I felt it, and we cashed real large for that last night. So hey, thanks Scott Weaver for backing me up. I hate when you go against me.
All right. So, Dan, we got college basketball for days going on here, okay? Days. Now, I'm looking at the matchups. What we're going to do is we're going to break down top 25s. We got about an hour to do it, okay? Because Daddy got to get into, love and romance mode. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the, I got to get the card going. I got to get the, I'm not doing the $100 bouquet of roses because it's a waste of money. So I'm probably going to do like the one rose and like something dope instead. You know what I'm saying? But I got to do like this whole bed and breakfast thing and a whole package. So guys, you know what? I have to inform you that I apologize about this, but tomorrow we will not be on the air. I will not be on the air tomorrow. Myself, The Dream, Dr. Dan, we're all doing the kind of ladies thing here, and we're going to just basically put it all into this show and give you guys all kinds of winners, kid. That's what I'm feeling right now.
And don't worry, I'll still be tweeting out my junkie plays tomorrow.
Yes,
so
definitely.
You'll still be able to see what's going down
all day, man. I mean, we've been doing 7 days a week forever. You know what I'm saying? I think we missed like
you deserve a break.
We missed like 2 days, like traveling and technical difficulties or whatever. So we're here right now, and we're here to rock and roll. So let's get into the first game. You know what? The only thing that scares me today is that I'm seeing a lot of good teams on the road, which I hate. Yes. I love when the good teams are there and they're home. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So taking a look at this here. The first one we've got is we got UNC in Pittsburgh. Taking a look at this real quick. UNC, North Carolina is 18-6, and they're 12-11-1 against the spread. North Carolina is 1-3-1 against the spread in the last 5 games, and 12-3 straight up in the last 15 games. Now they're coming on the road against this pesky Pittsburgh team. Pittsburgh is 16
Pitt at home.
Pitt is 16-9, 6-15-1 against the spread. So against the spread, they're just not performing.
No.
Hey, big ups to AZ Wildcats, still up, rocking and rolling. Hockey Immortal sending me that that photo again of my girl with Yale. What's up? Man, unbelievable stuff there. Dan, talk to me about this game here. I'm looking at it. I don't want to get involved betting against Pitt at home.
No, I never. I've learned my lesson on that too many times. Pitt at home is just a different team. They step up defensively. They really can get in your head. They draw fouls very well. And I mean, look, I just can't get involved. To me, is a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Look, this game is in UNC. I'm all over the heels. But I can't go against Pitt at Pitt.
Oh, man, you know what? It's a
But
tough
a
game.
team like UNC, you can't not take. It's either like the Dream likes to say, you either take them or you stay away from the game. So I'm just gonna stay away.
UNC's given 4.5 points today.
I know, and it seems like a no-brainer, right? Like UNC seems like a no-brainer, but it's just not. I mean, man, it's a tough game. Yeah, I would really stay away. If you're going to do anything, I might consider maybe moneyline parlaying North Carolina. But even then, I don't like that because I still think Pitt will have a chance to win this game down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, North Carolina's ranked 16th in the nation in point scoring, just about 79 points a game. On the road, they're ranked 7th in the nation on the road, 78 points a game, 78.11 to be exact. But I don't know, guys. You know what? I think this is a dog or pass for me, and I think I'm going to stay away from it, to be honest with you. All right, so let's keep it moving with that. Good luck if you want to get your money involved in that one, but you know what? Daddy and the evil genius are saying to stay away. We got the next one on the ticket, too. Oh, my God, there's another one that's brutal.
Yep.
We got the Ohio State University is playing at Michigan State, and I'm taking a look at the line here. The line is Sparty is giving them 2 to 2.5.
I know.
Whoa, I did not expect that at all, dude. What?
No. That's why again I just can't take this game. Everything in my head is screaming Ohio State, but you got a rivalry game. There's so many times where that happens, where it just can go either way. Ohio State, Michigan State doesn't get crazier than that.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at that. I mean, I love the way the Ohio State University is playing right now. I really do. And you know what, Sparty,
they got the best player in the country.
You know what, and I do not love the way Sparty is playing. I mean, the Fighting Illini, which I love, by the way, the Fighting Illini went into Sparty and won the game as a 10-point underdog. They won the game on the court. So you know what? At the end of the day, I'm looking at this, and Ohio State is 19-6. As you guys know, Ohio State has been pretty bad on the road. I mean, they just went in and beat up on Rutgers, but the Ohio State University is doing very well these days. I got to be honest with you. 4-1 straight up in the last. 5-1 straight up in the last 6, and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5. However, 2-9 against the spread in the last 12 games on the road. So you really got to be careful. Them going into these kind of environments.
Really hostile environment. I mean, Michigan State could be a no-win team, and those kids would still get up for them. It's still going to be crazy. And I know it's only a short distance to travel, but traveling, especially for those noontime games, on a Saturday, you just never know what those kids got up to last night.
Yeah.
I just stay away because the line shocked me. I was looking at these games last night, and I had this game actually pegged at -3 Ohio State. They've been playing so well. They got the best player in the country. And then when I saw it come out with them plus points, it should scream.
It does. But Daddy likes to get involved with teams that have continued to make him money. So I may jump. I'm not saying anything yet, guys, but by the end of the show, I may go back to this game. I'm just going to
I think this line goes back to the Purdue game. You know what I mean? When they lost that game by 2 points.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they destroyed Rutgers, which, whatever, it is what it is. That's not crazy. But, they beat a decent Penn State team by 20. That's why this line just doesn't make sense to me, so I'm staying away.
Yeah, taking a look at it, and we'll see where it goes. So the next one I got on the ticket is we got Baylor at Kansas. Whoa, what a good game that's going to be. A little matchup here. We got Baylor 18-6. 11-9 against the spread. Baylor is 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. And Kansas, 20-4. 9-4 against the spread in the last 13 games, and Kansas is 19-3 straight up in the last 22 games, and 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 at home.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a game. I mean, Baylor's good. I think Kansas is a touch better. I got to be honest with you.
I actually did homework on this game because I did like Kansas. But then, I mean, you know me. I know you guys don't play points. I play points, and I can't get down with 7 points.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
I think it's a lot of points. It's a lot of points. And I think Kansas wins the game. But, you know, I could see it coming down to, you know, Kansas up 1, trading hoops with Baylor, and the team winning by, you know, honestly, if I almost lean Baylor here, that would be my lean at plus 7.5, as you can get it on sportsbetterstv.com. But I just stay away from this game because it's in Kansas. But I just think it's too many points for Kansas.
You know what? I really like Kansas. I would like Kansas in a money line parlay situation. But guys, I'm going to go back to it. I'm making some notes here as we go through these games, okay? I don't want to just go, you know, jump out the window and say any of these teams without looking at them a little bit deeper while we're on the air to see if there's anything further that I would like better. You know what I mean? But right now I'm looking at 2 teams that I'm considering taking today, and if I take them both, it'll probably pay incredible. But well, we will.
Famous last words.
We'll have the conversation. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let me just take a look here, see if I could find something a little bit different here for my audio. And we'll go from there. So taking a look at this, everybody that's retweeting the show, guys, we appreciate you on Twitter right now, SportsBettersTV and SportsBettersTV.com. Looking at this, man, I've got, let's see, Michael Lee, Marlon, P for Prez, Moonshine Money, Bluntmaster. I love that name. We got Spotbed, Rick Lopez, Hingle McCringleberry, Ben Diaz. What's going on, Playboy? Swaycat Sides coming to Las Vegas with us. LVCC as well. Bookie.com is also coming to Las Vegas. Lady Plays, Tony and Ab. Yoda, what's going on? Clownman Swag is also coming to Las Vegas. James, Daily Dollar Sports tore it up last night. Congratulations. My man Underdogs is coming to Las Vegas. Sean Harnish is coming to Las Vegas. Let's see. It's Woots. What's going on all the way in Australia? I got Frank Vincolato, CK Noya, and Mr. Meg's Hockey Immortals coming to Las Vegas. Dude, Vegas is going to be out of control in March, man. We're coming in 5 weeks, less than 5 weeks away, players. Soccer Nation's out there. Polkit Vig and Vince Parker, Boston Boys coming to Las Vegas as well with Michael Lee. So, let's see what else we got here, brother. All right, VCUski playing George Washington. Wow.
Yep.
What do you think about VCUski?
Yeah, so, you know, I've been watching a lot of VCU all year. I can't touch this game.
Ugly game, dude.
It's an ugly game, and VCU has not looked good as of late. You know, they lost that game to LaSalle. You know, in their building. They're just not playing. They're just not playing well at all.
Well, they have that big injury that happened. You know what I mean? They have
right.
What's his name? You know, Trevor Graham is out as well. So take a look at this.
Even if you take him out of the picture, that team I thought was deeper than that. I thought. You know, look, I'm not saying they walk into, you know, like Chapel Hill or, you know, the Dukies and win a game like that necessarily, especially without him. But you're talking about LaSalle, kid. Like, they should be able to be easily taken care of business.
Yeah.
And they didn't. That's why this game, to me, is an utter toss-up. I have no idea what to think. Honestly, I think George Washington beats them, but I'm not touching it.
Yeah, taking a look at the line, it's, what is it? It's a pick'em to VCUski +1. Wow. VCUski just beat them 72-48 back in January. So about 3 weeks ago.
2 months ago. And, you know, VCU has just played terribly lately. And like you said, you know, the injuries affecting them. I mean, everything screams again that you want to take VCU here. And here's the thing. I might throw VCU in like a 7-point teaser.
That might not be so bad.
+8, if I can get VCU up to +8 and pair it with two other teams, maybe do something like that. But on the pick, I think the game's going to be close because VCU doesn't blow anybody out and doesn't really get blown out. So, I think I'd feel safe +8.
Yeah, I think
if you have to mess with this game, I don't see why it's better though.
All right, brother. Taking a look at this, let's go back here. We got the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats playing today. They are playing South Carolina. Let me take a look at this. Obviously, Kentucky straight up is 24-0. But they're 11-12-1 against the spread. So if you've been betting them with the spread every week, you're actually down money because you're down a bunch of juice and that extra loss. And Kentucky, just so you know, is 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games, guys. So you know what? If you've been betting Kentucky, I feel bad for you, with that line because you know what? They just don't know how to cover anymore because the books have caught up to them. So, man, let me just take a look at what this line is. I'm going to sportsbetterstv.com right now. 17.5. Whoa!
No.
Whoa, I mean, look. Hold on. Time out. Let me stop you there real quick. What is South Carolina? What are they?
I don't even
12-11.
Oh, you mean like regular?
Yeah.
I think as a team, you don't even know what they are. They're completely schizophrenic.
All right. South Carolina is 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. Let's see. South Carolina is 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games on the road. The total's going under in 10 of 11 South Carolina games on the road. So South Carolina is not doing it on the road at all, man.
No,
don't you think that Kentucky has a beat down in their horizons at some point?
At some point.
They have to, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think you might see that game against Arkansas on February 28th. That's at Kentucky. Because that's a game that they'll get up for because everybody's talking about how Arkansas can be this dark horse team, and I think they'll bludgeon them. This is a team, obviously, at LSU that, is coming off a scare. So I guess if you want to say, but 17.5 points, man, like you said, they are not covering. They're not covering games.
Yeah.
And 17.5 is a lot of points. I mean, and if you look at South Carolina, and I know they lost to Kentucky at home before, and they lost by 15. Okay. They're not getting destroyed in all their games. I know they're terrible on the road. 17.5 is too much. I just don't see any value.
Watch Kentucky win by 15, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's
the thing. And here's the thing. If Kentucky's up, let's say Kentucky's up 24 with 5 minutes left, they're going to, and I know their second team and third team is still as good as probably South Carolina's first team. But, you start giving up a bucket here, a bucket there, 7 points is gone, and, you lose by 16. I mean, this reminds me a lot of, the Gonzaga lines. Close to as good as Kentucky. I don't think so, but their lines are just crazy. And I know you have to, as a book, because a lot of people will bet Kentucky regardless, just your overall general person, because it's a name brand.
Yeah.
It's a name brand in college hoop. They bet it. That's why the line is where it is. I think this line would have made more sense, like 13.5. But at 17.5, I have no value there. I can't in good conscience take it.
All right. Taking a look at the next one here. We got Wake Forest at Virginia. We've got Virginia minus 17.5 to 18 versus Wake Forest. Wow. You know what, guys? They're not making it easy for us today, are they? No. They're like, yo, you know what? You got to take like 20 different teams that are in the top 10 and, make any kind of money on a money line parlay whatsoever. But you know what? And you know what? I'm not getting involved in that today at all. Taking a look at this, I was trying to find some headacheless games today, just so I could kind of just, shut the phone off or just know that I got my money coming in. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't like betting games that I can't watch. But I think I'm going to bring the bride to like a early, lunch type TV atmosphere where I could kind of look at it at the corner of my eye. So I may have to bet one of these big schools today. So I'm taking a look at it. We'll see where it goes. Wake Forest is 12-13, scoring about 71 points a game and giving up about 71. Where Virginia is, as you know, that defense is amazing, giving up 50.5 points. They are ranked right now in defensive scoring, ranked second in the nation with points allowed. So, Dan, obviously Virginia's going to win this game. I don't see them losing the game, but there's just no value in money line in it, guys.
No, and that's way too many points. I mean, Wake Forest, they're not obviously a great team by any stretch, but they're not a slouch team. I mean, they can come to play basketball, and you're talking about a pretty big line for a team that can't score the basketball. They could easily hold Wake Forest, to 35, 40 points, and then they score 50, and you just, even if they hold them to 35 points, you just blew the spread by 2.5 still. You're counting on a team that just can't score the basketball to cover that many points. Kind of insane.
Guys, I got a couple people asking to call in today. I don't have that software set up. I apologize. I was barely, by the skin of my teeth, able to get Dr. Dan on. Dude, you were probably stressing there for a minute because you didn't even see me on. I got him on it by the skin of my teeth, and the show has been cutting out a little bit, guys, so I apologize. I'd love to take calls today. I would love to do it, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. So if you got plays or whatever, send them out to me. I know there's 3 or 4 people that have already asked me to call in today. We do the live call-ins on Friday, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Weaver's laughing about me having lunch with the bride and looking at the games at the corner of my eye. The cheese said I wouldn't give my mother 17.5. Oh, dude, I know that stuff is. Dude, Virginia can come out and let up 30 points for the whole game,
right?
And score 52 and win by 22, but.
They could, but they could also put up a 45 spot and win by 15.
Yeah.
Even if they give up 30. That offense is terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
You know what, guys? Good luck with that in Kentucky with them big lines. Bookmakers are really trying. If anything, you got to go dog or pass, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just say, hey, you know what? I'm not out of it until the end.
Honestly, what I might do is I might take that VCU game, right? And I might take Wake Forest up to plus 24.5 because I just can't see Virginia scoring enough points to win by 25.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, yeah. Hey, you know what? That might be a play, but just hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't lay it the smacketh down on you and don't.
Yeah, I got a lot of plays going on today. It's just a thought. If you've got to play those games, it's not a bad one.
All right. Let's see what the next one is on the ticket here. I got NC State coming into Louisville. Wow.
Yep.
That should be a pretty good matchup. I think Louisville gets the job done, though.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, dude, I have not watched too much of Louisville this year. I have not watched much. Yeah, and you know what? They're just not doing it for me, man. They're giving anywhere from.
If you watched them a little bit, they would do it for you.
I don't know, man. They're giving anywhere from 10 to 11 points. Maybe really good team to get involved with a money line parlay, but over anywhere from 132 to 133. What you think, Dan?
I'm on the points here. Okay, I think Louisville really, really gets it done today. North Carolina State is a lot like Pittsburgh in the fact that they are a different team.
Yeah.
The Wolfpack, different team at home, completely different team, and you have Louisville coming off that big 13-point win at home against Pitt. I think Pitt's an overall better team than NC State anyway, and kind of similar. I think Louisville will really get it done today. They're scoring almost 72 points a game. They're a top 20 rebounding team, and that defense is sick. They're averaging almost 6 blocks a game. They're giving up under 59 or 58.5 points. You know what I mean? they're again a really good rebounding team. They also steal the ball a lot. They force a ton of turnovers, and I think that really propels them to a big victory. I think you might see kind of a close, feel it out first half, and then Louisville, because of how well they're coached, will come out and crush them in the second half. Because here's the thing, I mean, North Carolina State, they're also scoring, almost 72 points a game, but their defense is not good. They're giving up 66 points a game. That's 170th in the country. They don't turn the ball over, and I think Louisville really gets it done. I think they win by 15 plus today. I'm on the points.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, you know what? Louisville may be a good money line parlay start, but I'm just going to jot that down because there's something that I'm really looking at here. There's a team that I'm really looking at that I may just play. It may be an underdog money line. I may get freaking nuts with a game today. I don't know yet though. Let me take a look at it. Just kind of putting the drum roll out there, the anticipation. My man, let me just real quick discuss with some of the SBTV Nation is on, guys. And listen, if you got winning tickets, you got pictures of your wins and stuff like that. You did some money line parlays that worked because of the show or whatever. You became a better gambler because of the show. Hit us up with a photo of it, hashtag SBTVNation. And we'll be more than happy to pop it up on all of our social media outlets. That's what we do. Big ups to Philly picks out there. AZ Wildcat is telling me T's Viciuski. He likes, who else is he taking?
By the way,
Arizona.
For your money line parlay, I got one for you. It's not a top 25, but I think you might like it. Is Providence at home against Seton Hall today?
I don't like that Providence team.
No, I love that.
No, I watched them. I did not like what I saw out of them.
All right.
I got Return of the Mac in the background. Clownman Swag is feeling it. Yo, you and me, Clownman Swag, we're going to have some serious conversations, brother, going forward here because him and I were going back and forth last night on certain situation, which we'll have a conversation about it. Let's see what else here. We have Hockey Immortals telling me, let me see. He's like, what do you guys think about Auburn plus the points? Don't know about that one yet, brother, but let me just
I haven't looked at that game just yet. I can take a look at it and tweet something out later.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we're trying to focus on top 25s. We will get into that as well. I know Dr. Dan will be all over that, looking at those kind of games and stuff like that. So, getting back to the top 25, I want to make sure I address the nation's questions, man. That's how we roll over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else. Papa Bear's on there. Ben Stacks is on there. OJFB is on there. C. Rodriguez Jr. is on there. Sports Attacks. Been ripping it up out there. Cool deal. Sean Harnish saying UNC moneyline, Dayton moneyline, and Georgia State moneyline. Xavier under and Memphis under. Very interesting. Yep. All right, man. Hey, if you want to share that with the nation, let me know, and I'll definitely retweet that for you. So taking a look back at this, let's get back to the top 25s here. We've got West Virginia at the Iowa State Cyclones today. Iowa State is at home. You guys know that they are a beast at home. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 at home. 17-6 overall. They're 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games. But you already know West Virginia's coming in. West Virginia's not a bad team at all. Let me just tell you, they're 19-5. So this got ugly written all over it as well. It's going to be a very competitive game, guys. Listen, if you're a college basketball fan, it's probably good to. These are great games to watch today. You know what I mean? But as far as gambling, be careful. Be careful. And Clownman Swag is not the bad guy this time, guys. He that's my boy. That's my boy. Let's see. Everybody's loving Return of the Mac today. I'm playing out here in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Guys, this Iowa State team, they're going to show you something today. Today. I'm saying, West Virginia is a much better home team again. Like they're a solid team. Don't get me wrong. They've had a big win on the road, but they've also had some really, really head-scratching moments. I mean, losing by almost 30 at Texas, in January. at Oklahoma, losing by 21. Losing at home to Baylor by 18 points. Iowa State, we know how good that offense is, and when you look at it, here's why I'm on Iowa State in the points. Is because West Virginia's defense is not that good. Look, they turn the ball over a little bit. They're number one in the nation in steals, but they still give up. They're 153rd in points allowed. Then you have Iowa State, overall scoring 80-plus points a game. Oh, man, I think Iowa State at home gets it done.
All right, man. So, hey, at home they are good. That's a tough place to play. That's a very tough place to play there. So, you know what? I'm going to peep that with you, brother. I'm going to take a look at it.
They're coming off that disappointing loss at Oklahoma. Like we both know, they're coming home. West Virginia's good, but they're not there yet.
Yeah. Okay. You know what, Dan? You kind of caught my attention with that game. I got to be honest with you. So I'm going to write that down. I'm not saying I'm taking it, guys. I'm just writing it down because you know what? I got to look at all these games after this. So let's go back to the college basketball here. So that game, the line was 6.5 pretty much all across the board, brother.
Yep.
All right. So next one we got on the ticket is the Shockers. Wichita State is going into the Illinois State Redbirds.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
So you got another team on the road today. Wow. Wichita State, let me just see here. Where is the line on this game? I'm trying to find it.
I think I have this game, and I think it was 4.5 across the board, which is where I got it.
4.5 to 5. With Wichita State, the Shockers being favored.
Yep. And, this is a game I love. I know it's on the road, but you got a 22-3 Wichita State team, 12-1 in conference. Illinois State, 15-10, 7-6 in conference. Look, this is Wichita State all the way to me. I mean, if you look at Wichita State, the last game they lost, they lost to University of Northern Iowa, which I know a lot of people love that team. That's an 18th in the nation ranked team. No shame in that. That's the last time they lost the game before that was Christmas Day. Okay, they haven't. I think I'm only looking here. They've only lost on the road to Utah and Northern Iowa. All right, they've won every other road game they played.
And Northern Iowa's the bomb.
Yeah, they're great, and Utah's a really good team as well. And they took them to the mat. I mean, they lost by 1 point in overtime. No shame in that. Utah's a very good team. I really, really, really like Wichita State. That's one of my favorite plays today. I was able to lock it in at -4.5. And I'm honest here, I would have taken this game at 6.5, 7.
Really?
I would have. Wichita State's a good team, and, you're talking about a team that doesn't lose in conference. They don't lose in conference. They're a very strong road team.
Yeah.
And 5 points to me here is very, very manageable.
Okay. You know what, Dan? I gotta be
plays of the game.
I gotta be honest with you, Dan. I mean, I don't know. I don't always agree with you, but you're saying a lot of good points, and I'm kind of getting in your direction here with a lot of this stuff. So,
all right,
we'll see where it lands, dude. You know what I mean? Big ups to Sports Attack for showing me his 5-1 hashtag SBTV little picture of his games yesterday. Hey, man, congratulations on that, brother. We did follow you on Instagram as well.
The other thing real quick about that game I just want to say is that a lot of people don't realize Wichita State has the 8th best points allowed defense in the league in all of college basketball, and they're playing a team that's 123rd in points scored per game. So that says anything right there.
Yep, okay. All right, Big Dan, we'll see where that one goes, and we'll keep it moving here. All right, so the next one I got here, Villanova. Damn, bro. Everything is competitive today. Villanova going into Butler.
This is a great line.
Damn. All right, so we're looking at.
No way Villanova loses here.
Oh, dude, God.
No way.
Stomach aches for days, kid.
It ain't no stomach ache.
Villanova -2 points, under over 128.5 to 129.5. Damn, ugly game. But you like Villanova in this spot?
I love Nova here, man. I mean, 22-2, 9-2 in the Big East. Against the Butler team, look, 18-6, 8-3 in the Big East. definitely, going to be a competitive game. I'm willing to do the stomachache because I just think that Villanova is the more experienced, better coached team and, can take it down to the mat at the end. Villanova plays extremely well on the road. Obviously, Butler has not played, they've been playing the same competition. I just think Butler's due for a loss. They've obviously been on a hot streak, but you're talking about a team, they've lost to Providence. They've already lost, at Villanova by 12 earlier in the year. I really like Villanova minus 2 points here. I don't think it's an issue. I do think it is going to be a little close, but I think what's going to happen is, you're going to be talking about a team down the stretch. Villanova will hit some free throws and carry it through. Look, I'm telling you, it's going to be a stomachache, but I feel very, very confident about Villanova here.
Well, in the sorry about that, guys. Don't know what's wrong with my throat here. I'm gonna have to get some salt water and stuff like that to be gargling while I'm on the air here. My boy Sean Harner. Speaking of, because there's all these like headache games today. He just reminded me that my boys from Yale are playing today as well. So,
so is Harvard, which the line isn't out on Harvard yet, but they didn't play up to capability. But Harvard could be another good game to look at today.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking at it and just waiting for my computer's moving awfully slow. Yale's got to play at Princeton today. I don't have a line here yet, but Princeton is 10-11. We'll see where that one ends up. But I will let you guys know about that. My boy Ben Stacks is saying he's going big on Villanova money line as well. So,
right on.
And Underdogs is taking Texas A&M. So we'll see.
Yep. And I got T's on Wichita State, which is I definitely agree. And Sean Harness also the Iowa State team total over 82. That's a good play right there. That's a good play.
I know that's their average, guys, but 82 might be a lot. So good luck with that. I hope you guys cash it. I really do. I really do. We got the next one here. We got Oklahoma State at TCU. Taking a look at this one here. Oh, God, man. I'm just going to go with my gut on one play, I think. One play versus the spread or something like that. I'm pissed. I'm pissed right now because every Saturday, usually the way it works, I find 3 or 4 awesome home team favorites, and I put them all together, and I win every Saturday. So now I'm looking at it, and now this is just frustrating me now.
This is a good game, though. This is a good game.
Oklahoma State is minus 3.5 to 4 points here, brother. TCU is at home. 119.5 to 121 is the total. So, you guys got to shop that total if you're going to get involved with it. Let me just tell you. Yeah, AZ Wildcat. Yale did play last night, and they are playing today as well. Dan, you getting involved with this?
All day on Oklahoma State, dude. You're talking about a TCU team that has lost to.
They've been terrible. They've been really bad.
7 games in a row.
Yeah,
at home, on the road, don't matter. Okay, you have an Oklahoma State team that is on a 3-game winning streak since losing against Oklahoma, right? But before that, they beat number 20 Baylor, so they've won, 4 out of 5. And they beat 4 ranked teams. They beat number 20 Baylor. They lost to Oklahoma. They beat Texas on the road. Obviously an overtime game. Okay. They beat KU. All right. That's a great win. And they won at Baylor. Winning at Baylor. Baylor's 16 in the country. And, they beat them by 9 points. Now you have a TCU team that's coming in that is not that good. 4 points here, 4.5 points, whatever you can get it at. I'm all day on OK State.
All right, and guys, listen. Even though Yale is playing, it doesn't mean I take them every single time. Everybody's saying to me, Yale, yeah. Let's get it. We got to look at it a little bit. Because I don't know. Yeah. I don't know anything of what's going on. I don't even have a point spread yet. So we gotta take. I love it. You know what it is, dude? Is I think we've all cashed we cashed 6 times in a row on Yale here.
I know.
And we stayed away when they played Harvard. That was the only time we stayed away. So
yeah, we were right on that because we called that Harvard money line. And it was a stomachache, but we were actually right on that, too. We just didn't take it.
I
You
know.
can't go against Yale.
Oh, I
But,
know. No, I would never bet against Yale. Even when they played Harvard, I said, no. Harvard's probably going to win, but we're not betting against them.
Here's the thing. I mean, I watch Yale basketball, but going to Quinnipiac, that's always the hockey rivalry. Obviously, with the state, with the tournament wins the other years. But so I hate Yale in hockey, but I like them in basketball. Ivy team. Yeah, we're making money on them. Watch those lines, guys. Wait till it comes out. You just can't peg us for Yale every time. Oh. I wish it worked like that.
I know.
But here's the other thing, real quick. Back to that Oklahoma State game. Why I like the -4 is Oklahoma State, again, another very underrated defense. They block. They have over 5 blocks a game, over 8.5 steals per game. They don't rebound great, but they're kind of middle of the road, top third in the country in rebounding. And they don't allow points. They're allowing just 60 points a game. They're scoring 68, and TCU has just been awful.
Yeah. So,
all right.
We will see, brother. We will see. So, looking at I got the Dukies going into Syracuse today, man. The Dukies are anywhere from pretty much 7s all across the board, guys. And on our website, if you click on the actual team when you're looking at the lines, it'll show you all the sports books lines. So we just show you the best one, but if you click on the team, it'll show you, where all the books have the lines set. So Duke -7 at Syracuse. Tough place to play. Duke should win, but
yeah, they should.
They should, but
it's another thing.
You saw what they did at Florida State. I mean, they were winning by like 14. Let Florida State come all the way back and made it a stomachache at the end. Duke, I believe, is if there's anybody in the league that can beat Kentucky in a Final Four or a championship situation, it may be Duke. Because Duke is really that good. I really feel that they're really this good this year. And I did not believe in them last year. And sure enough, they got beat by Mercer Madness. So I was right about that. I'm going to get down with Duke in the future. Just because I think that if they do play Kentucky in a national championship game, I think the line might be like 4. So we could hedge in that situation. But
exactly.
I don't like the game. I think it's bad stuff.
No.
Bad spot for Duke.
No, you don't know what you're going to expect from a Syracuse team that obviously has been, banned from postseason play, but they still. Everybody has respect for Boeheim, so they still play the game for him. I think Duke wins this game, but again, that 7 points, just doesn't.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Not up in the dome. Not up in the dome. I can't do it.
Yeah. Wow. Guys, listen, I wish I had more strong leans for you. I really do. But you know what? I am so careful now with my money. And I am careful, too, because I know a lot of you guys sometimes, I tell you all to do your own homework, but you still continue to tail me, sometimes. And hey, listen, I appreciate the respect and the love and all that. I'm just a gambler here, just telling you who I like, but I'm trying to be careful here. And I'm just not, I just can't do it with Duke today. I can't do it. Sorry, guys. I want home team thick favorites that I don't need to stomach ache. That's my forte with college. Dude, it's been like that every Saturday since we've been on. Okay, we've been crushing it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't know many Saturdays that we've lost with that game plan, but I don't think there was any, Dan, to be honest with you. I got to go back and listen to the shows and see, but I really don't think so. I think when we've been doing, money line parlays with the heavy favorites every Saturday, it's been working. So, but I can't get it this week. I just can't do it. There's just not enough games here.
I hear you. I just want to real quick thank iStack Franklin's for listening, retweeting the show. Thanks, brother.
All right. We got Pepperdine coming into Zags. I bet you this line is like bananas, dude. Let me take
94 points.
Let me take a look at what Gonzaga is giving here.
Oh, he's crazy.
18.5. So you know what? Here's why we were winning, guys. Because all these games and all these teams like Virginia, Gonzaga, the other one that was given a lot of points, Kentucky and stuff like that, those lines were 11s back in the day. They were 10s, right. They were 11s, stuff like that. So we were able to get value with like 4 teams on a money line parlay. Now the bookmakers are like, all right, enough of that. Now they got them, 18, 17 points and stuff like that. So now you got a money line of 4,000 with Gonzaga. So we can't get any value there. Unless, hear me out, if you guys want to do a marathon play and you want to get involved with one of them sports books where you could take like 3 or 4 teams that are given 18 points on a money line and keep 4 spots open for next week. I don't know how disciplined you guys are at that, but you know what? In the spirit of Valentine's Day, Daddy might get involved in something like that and just not have to worry about the games today, to be honest with you. 18 money line parlay that's going to go 2 weeks long. Maybe that might be the play for the Mad Hatter. So don't jinx yourself. Yeah, Sean, I know, brother. That's why I'm not doing it. You know what?
Hey,
I can't.
5-point tees from Arizona Wildcat. Memphis -1, Clemson -2.5, Baylor +12.5, UNLV +6.5, ECU +5. Sounds a little crazy, but I get down with that. I see it. I like Memphis.
Who sent you that?
That's Arizona Wildcat.
All right.
He's been partying. I gotta throw it out there, kid. He's been partying for like 24 hours straight. So. Take that
go for him. Sounds like what we're gonna do in Vegas. Let's see.
Not enough hours in the day, kid.
Yeah, and Sean, I'm so scared of my winning streak coming to an end, so that's why I'm not playing right now. I'm like gun shy right now with that. I mean, Toledo just messed up my whole night last night. But let me take a look here at Oklahoma coming into Kansas State. Oklahoma. Oh, here you go, Dan. Here's another stomach ache for you, dude. I don't know how you're going to deal with these games today, brother. You got Oklahoma as 3.5 to 4 point favorite coming into Kansas State. Oklahoma is playing some killer basketball these days. Under/over is 127s all across the board. I know you're going to be all over this Oklahoma team. I can already feel it.
Man. I mean, this line, like I said, and a lot of things I like to do is I will look at the games without looking at any lines, like the night before the lines even come out. And when I saw that, I was able to lock this game in this morning at 5 points for Oklahoma, I was kind of laughing. I mean, this is one of my favorites of the day. Oklahoma's on a huge winning streak. You're talking about they've beaten some very good teams. They beat Iowa State. They beat West Virginia. They went on the road and beat OK State. Big winning streak. Kansas State, I mean, is not a good team. They're under 500. They're 5-7 in the Big 12. Look, I understand this game is at K-State. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, you have Kansas State. Their offense has been very, very, very bad. They're 259th in the country, right around 64 points a game. And you have Oklahoma scoring 10 more points than that a game, and their defense is really good too. I mean, Oklahoma's 61.6 points allowed. This just screams Oklahoma all day.
Yeah, all right. Sports Attack is laughing at me for my 8-teamer money line. Hey, you know what? Hey, like I said, man, I don't feel like going to the bathroom every 2 minutes checking my phone. My bride's gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on? Why you gotta keep going to the bathroom?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of which, if someone from Optimum is listening, can someone please get me the Pac-12 network on my TV so I can stop live game casting on my phone?
Dude, that was the worst last night, man. I was doing the game casting with the 2 Ivy League teams last night, and ESPN is just terrible with the game cast.
I know. It's so slow.
I'm doing
it with Wash State. Got games on Pac-12 network. I'm like, waiting on a teaser. Obviously got the spread going, and, I put a small money line on them. And it's like, I'm seeing down 4. Then all of a sudden, it's like Washington State's up 6. I missed like 12-point swing. It's unbelievable that no one, kind of fixed that yet.
Here's a team that the evil genius loves. We got Maryland coming into Penn State. Maryland plus 1.5 to 1. On 126, 126.5 under over there. Dan, you're on Maryland, I assume?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
That sounds like me with my 4 teams. Go for it, man. Why you want Maryland? Why you want the Terps?
I just think that, Maryland giving points, Penn State's been okay. They've been okay, but, Maryland, I think, is ready to do something. They have to have some big wins coming down here. they've been kind of up and down. They lost at Iowa, but, they were able to pull out a win against a decent Indiana team. And I think they match up extremely well against Penn State. I don't think that game that they won at home by, 8 points was a fluke at all. I think that they just match up well against Penn State. They're going to win the game. Okay. I don't think it matters really on the road. I mean, Maryland's a team that can play on the road. I just think Maryland gets it done today at Penn State.
All right. We got UConn coming into SMU ski tonight, 9 o'clock. I don't have any statistics on that game per se right this second. Actually, I do. I'm sorry. No, I don't. SMU ski's 10-1 straight up in the last 11 games. That's all I have right here. Connecticut coming off the big win with Tulsa. The Dream was all over that the other day. He was sweating UConn big time, and they came out and just won by like 20-something points, dude. It was absolutely crazy.
This is classic UConn right here, right? Like they've won 3 games in a row. Everybody counting them out. They're the defending champions, and they need to really. This is a game that if they want to make the tournament this year, they have to win it. This is I think it is a must-win game for UConn. I mean, right now they're sitting at 14-9, 7-4 in the American. This game is very important, very important. But here's the thing. I mean, SMU is a good team, and this is at SMU. I honestly think Connecticut can actually win this game just based on history and how they heat up down the stretch. It's like it's in their DNA that they do that. Man, I'm just staying away from this game, and I'll watch it.
All right, just a couple of futures to throw at you. UConn is 300-1 to win the national championship right now.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. A couple of years ago, you take them before, that Big East tournament when they, didn't lose starting in the Big East tournament all the way through the tournament when they won the championship.
120-1, brother. That's what I locked them in at last year. I killed it with UConn last year. It was awesome.
I mean, UConn, here's the thing. You can't count them out because they could win their conference tournament and sneak in. And if they get in, what the thing is they're going to draw like a 12 or 13 seed probably. And if they draw that, they upset a team and get in there. Man.
Dan, UConn's not winning.
No. They're not
I hate to burst your bubble, but they're not doing that.
If they draw a high seed, you might see them knock out, it might be that classic like 12-4 or whatever, and they knock that 4 out. Yep. That's all I'm saying. UConn's the type of team that if they get hot, they might win 1 game in the tournament and they get knocked out. I'm not putting a future in on them. But let's see what happens. I mean, this is their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Obviously, what they did to Tulsa is pretty impressive. I mean, Tulsa's played pretty well. This is a different game. If they can manage to beat SMU at home today, that would be a pretty decent win.
Oh, definitely. If they win that game, they're going to look pretty good. So,
yeah.
The final game I got on the ticket as far as top 25 is concerned, we got Arkansas coming into Ole Miss. Ole Miss is the number 2 free throw shooting team in the nation. Just so you guys know that. Put that. If you've been listening to the show, like for the last 2 weeks, we've been preaching about the free throw shooting, and obviously, dude. Toledo last night, I mean, they just couldn't make a free throw to save their lives. And that's what got me at the end.
Valparaiso, dude, I mean, I had that Valparaiso team -3. They did end up covering by a point, but they missed at one point, I think it was 6 or 7 free throws in a row. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, really? They're up 10. They keep getting fouled, and they just keep missing. They just keep missing.
That's the most frustrating thing in the world, dude.
Kills me. Shooting guards missing free throws. They had a kid that's 81% or something missing both his free throws. It is. I'm with you on there. Good free throw teams. Look, I think Arkansas wins this game. But again, if it comes down to free throws at the end, I don't want to go up against that.
Ole Miss is -3 points, brother. -3 points.
That's
just saying. Just saying. Here's the beauty of my life. Here's the whatever I've done bad in my life, karma's coming back at me because I got Northern Iowa playing tomorrow. I got freaking the Illini playing Wisconsin. Damn. Damn. Maybe that
looks like you'll be running back and forth.
You know what? My wife is pretty cool. You know what? Maybe I'll just romance the hell out of her and just be like, listen, you know what, honey, come watch basketball with me tomorrow. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. But taking a look at this real quick, guys, I just wanted to. I know we're not going to be on the air tomorrow. Illinois is going into. The Fighting Illini is going into Wisconsin, and I just want to put something out there, okay? Don't judge the Illini by the awful shooting they had the other night on national TV, because that's very uncharacteristic for them. They're really good. They're good rebounding. They're good at free throws. They're number one in the league. You're probably going to get Wisconsin giving them 7, 8 points, 9 points, something like that, something crazy. But at the end of the day, this team is good. And I'm just putting a warning out there, okay? I'm not saying I'm going to bet it. It's very hard to bet against Wisconsin at home. I get it, but don't jump off the bridge with Wisconsin. That's all I'm going to tell you.
And the other thing I just want to throw out there real quick is SMU is hosting ESPN Game Day today. And I don't have the exact stats on this, but I know every time I see them take a team against the team that's hosting it, because that crowd is going to be wild, it never works out. So I'm gonna do some research on that to see if there's any validity to that. But, you know, anytime ESPN gets those kids all riled up and, you know, drunk starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, sometimes a problem for the away team.
All right, dude. So, Dan, we're going to close this thing out. I have an 11:30 appointment that I have to get to, and,
all right.
You know, we're going to go from there. But first things first, I want you to go through your through your stuff, and then I'm going to announce one team that I'm taking for the day, which is so uncharacteristic for your boy. But you know what? I won't go heavy on it. You know what I mean? I'll just be taking it and riding it. And a lot of people are going to be going against me. But you know what? Hey, opinions are like, you know what, man? We all have them. And you know what? At the end of the day, hey, I hope we could both cash somehow on this. So, Dan, what you got, brother?
All right. And I'm just going to throw this out there again. This is me gambling. You want to tell me, you know, we've been winning a little bit. That's cool. Do your own homework. I'm throwing out a lot of plays. I'm playing them for one unit. Keeps me into it. So here we go. We're going Memphis -6, Providence -8, Louisville -11, Iowa State -7.5. 3-star play. This is my biggest play of the day. I love it. Oregon State -1.5. Wichita State -4.5, Villanova -2, Oklahoma State -4, Boise State -5.5, Oklahoma -5, and Maryland +1.5. And we are going to get some money today.
All right. As you guys know, I cannot ignore Yale. I have to see what the line is when it comes out and all that. And you know what? I don't think it's going to be a heavy line today. I really don't. My boy Sean and I were going back and forth. He thinks it's going to be like Yale -2. We'll take a look at it, and I'll do the best I can, guys. I'm going to be very slow on the responses today, so I apologize about that. It is Valentine's Day, guys. So, you know what? I know it's a big slate of college basketball, but you know what? At the end of the day, your females and your ladies, you know what?
Make sure you treat them right.
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, they put up with your crap. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they put up with this for a lot of you junkies out there 7 days a week. So, you know what? Take that little time, man. You know, just try to do the balance. You know what I'm saying? Do the balance. And, you know.
And if you're single, just go ham with it.
Yeah, if you're single, then you're laughing. Then you're killing
it. Make sure you call your mom. You may not know this, but your mother wants to be called on Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you call your mothers, too. Very good point, Dan. Very good point. So, guys, you know what? The Mad Hatter has to continue going with the teams that have been well to the Mad Hatter. And you know what? I know you're not going to like this. I know you're not going to like it. But I am going to take the Ohio State University +2 at Michigan State. And I think I'm going to go 2 units on that.
All right.
I think I'm going to go 2 units on that because you know what? I saw Sparty. I saw the Illini come in and beat Sparty. And the Ohio State University has that stigma of being crappy on the road. And I think they kind of got the dust knocked off them when they went and killed Rutgers. And I think Ohio State, is wicked talented. And you know what? I think that they're going to go in and win this game, I'll be honest with you. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take a peek at Yale at the end. Some other leans I'm looking at, the evil genius got me looking at Kansas. You got me looking at Louisville, and you got me looking at Iowa State. But I'm probably not going to get involved in those today. And, hey, guys, do your own homework. Listen, Ohio State it may be a long shot here. Okay, it's just kind of a hunch on my end. But look at it, because Michigan State's going to be up for playing, and it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a headache. So, you may be looking at a last-minute bucket or something like that. So get your Pepto-Bismol ready. Get your Maalox ready. Do all that, because that's probably what's going to end up happening there. Guys, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world. We are coming to Las Vegas in about for a little under 5 weeks. We're coming to the MGM Grand to rock and roll and do our thing and do our show out there with our events and having an absolute ball. I got a call with the Queen of Odds today after the show to talk to her a little bit about it. We can't wait for that. Guys, go out there. Check out sportsbetterstv.com. Look at all the best lines that you can find, because there's a lot of, there's some totals. Like, if you're going to take a total in that game, it's anywhere from 135 to 137. So that's a pretty big swing right there. Take a look at it, guys. Go easy, but get that money. Take care and have a great Valentine's Day weekend.